Hey there, I'm Frank Mitchell. On this channel, it's all about helping you understand your car and keeping it running the way it should. Whether it's routine maintenance or solving those tricky problems, I've got you covered. If you find this useful, give the video a like, hit that subscribe button, and be sure to watch till the end. You might learn something that saves you time and money. All right, let's get started.
The advent of hybrid cars has marked a turning point in the automotive industry. Although hybrid technology has been under development for many years, it was not until the early 2000s that Toyota introduced it to the market on a massive scale. There are more and more hybrid cars on the market, and among the many doubts they generate, one of the most important is, how much does a hybrid car consume? Well, we are going to try to solve this and some other doubts. The Toyota Prius was the precursor of a change that has ended up shaking the foundations of the automotive industry. The Japanese model was the first high-volume hybrid on the market. Combining a heat engine and an electric motor with a small battery, it is able to travel short distances completely electrically, reducing its environmental impact and saving large amounts of fuel. Today, hybrids, HEV, are one of the preferred options for drivers given the escalation of fuel prices. Every liter saved counts, but the consumption of an HEV car can vary greatly depending on the type of driving and the route we take. It should be borne in mind that the longer we drive in electric mode, the lower the consumption will be. On many occasions, the consumption data will be better than those of most cars on the market, but on other occasions the difference may not be so notable, offering consumption similar to those obtained by the 10 most economical diesel cars on the market. How an HEV car works. As we have already said, a hybrid car is made up of a combination of a gasoline engine and an electric motor. The thermal block is the main one, being in charge of moving the wheels most of the time. The electric motor can also move the car by itself, although with a small capacity battery, its autonomy is very limited, approximately between 2 and 5 kilometers. It must therefore be borne in mind that the margin of electric mobility is very narrow, both in terms of range and mechanical configuration. We will be able to move 100% electrically as long as we meet certain requirements, having sufficient battery power, not exceeding a certain accelerator pedal travel and not exceeding a certain speed. If there is no energy in the battery, it is impossible for the electric motor to work, so we will have to wait for it to be recharged to be able to have that advantage again. How do you recharge a hybrid car? Simply by driving. The car recovers the energy released during braking, directing it to the battery to increase or recover autonomy. Although we have enough charge in the battery to move in electric mode, we must be very careful with the accelerator. If we press too hard, the car will interpret that we want more power, so it will immediately start the gasoline engine, combining the power of both propellants to offer the best performance. Even being careful with the accelerator and having enough energy in the battery, many manufacturers limit the maximum speed of their electric modes, around 60 to 80 km/h. From that speed, the gasoline engine will come into operation, having saved the stretch where more gasoline is spent. Factors influencing the consumption of an HEV. As you have already seen, hybrids are very sensitive to driving. Although the manufacturers offer homologated consumption data, these should only be considered as a mere estimate. There is a big difference between the WLTP type approval cycle, currently used to measure fuel consumption, and natural, normal driving. In real life, consumption may vary from the official data for various reasons. Type of driving: the more aggressive we are when driving, the more fuel we will consume. The electric mode will only work a few times, so the fuel consumption will increase considerably. Routing: hybrid cars are mainly designed for urban to interurban use, where they can make the most of their electric part. Low and medium speed routes are the most favorable. Load: weight is the natural enemy of consumption. The more weight we carry in our car, the more we are going to spend. It doesn't matter if it is a hybrid, diesel, electric, or gas car. Saving weight is synonymous with saving fuel. Weather: heat affects fuel consumption data. Air conditioning increases fuel consumption. Rolling down the windows is not an option either, as it will destroy aerodynamic efficiency. Consumption of a hybrid in the city. Have you ever wondered why there are so many hybrid cabs? A cab or VTC makes most of the trips in the city, and that is one of the advantages that hybrid cars have in the city, in addition to the ECO label of the DGT. When driving at a maximum of 50 km per hour, the use of the electric motor will be extended for many kilometers, taking advantage of energy recovery during braking. If we take a Honda Civic Hybrid as a reference, the average homologated fuel consumption is 4.7 liters per 100 kilometers, while in urban and interurban routes at low and medium speed it can go down to 4.2 or 3.7 liters per 100 kilometers. Consumption of a hybrid on the road. Life is balance, and what we gain on one side we lose on the other. This universal maxim also applies to hybrids. On fast roads, hybrids lose their ability to save fuel by driving almost always with the gasoline engine. Only in a few precise moments, such as downhill, can we drive without consuming. On highways, at 120 km per hour the gasoline engine works at maximum performance, consuming all that we have saved at low and medium speed. If we apply the same example as in the previous case, the Honda Civic at high speed offers a homologated consumption of up to 5 DOT. 9 liters per 100 kilometers. This figure is higher than that offered by some of the 10 most fuel-efficient gasoline cars on the market. You can't have everything. Tips for driving a hybrid efficiently. First of all, we have to be very gentle. If you want to get the most out of hybrid technology, you have to re-educate your mind. Hybrids are driven in exactly the same way as diesels or gasoline with automatic transmissions, and require very similar fuel-saving tips. Smoothness is the top priority. Accelerate gradually and gradually without exceeding the acceleration limit set by the gasoline engine. Keep in mind that gasoline cars consume the most fuel when gaining speed. If we do this stretch in EV mode, we will get the thermal engine to start up when it is more efficient. Being smooth is not the only way in which we can drive a hybrid efficiently, we must also anticipate traffic. In urban circuits we must be attentive to traffic lights, pedestrians, yield, traffic jams and other incidents. All these situations will require us to brake, and if we can brake gradually ahead of the traffic, we will allow the battery to recharge more, which in turn will allow us to extend the electric range beyond the 2 to 5 kilometers we have already mentioned. Selecting mode beyond the gearshift will amplify the retention of the electric motor, so we will be able to charge the battery faster. Many of the hybrid cars on sale have different driving modes, generally EV, ECO, Normal and Sport. In each of the programs we are telling the car how we want it to behave. In Sport mode the engines will work together. In Sport and Eco mode the car will manage the combination of engines by itself, opting for the most efficient solution in Eco mode. Finally, when activating the EV mode, we will ask the car to drive 100% electrically until the battery runs out, as long as it has a charge. Differences in fuel consumption between hybrid and plug-in hybrid cars. This is another of the big questions that come to mind when we consider buying a new car. Should I buy a hybrid or a plug-in hybrid? Plug-in hybrids are an intermediate step between hybrids and electrics. With a high electric range, they depend on a combustion engine to continue driving. This configuration allows them to offer lower homologated fuel consumption than hybrids, although there is a catch. Keep in mind that thanks to a higher capacity battery, a plug-in hybrid, PHEV, is capable of driving more kilometers electrically. Between 50 and 80 kilometers. However, when the battery reaches its end, the thermal engine comes into play, which will have to move the car at high speed with the added weight of the battery and the electric motor. In urban journeys, plug-in hybrids offer better fuel consumption than hybrids, but on long journeys or when the battery is exhausted, fuel costs soar. The battery can also be recharged while driving, but given its large size it will not be possible to recover the full capacity, so they are extremely dependent on charging points. Hybrid cars are gaining more and more market share, making diesel and gasoline engines obsolete. With technology becoming more and more advanced, some hybrids could take the top spots in the list of the best cars with the lowest fuel consumption. However, as no two cars are the same, it is best to take a look at our list of the 10 most fuel-efficient hybrid cars. In conclusion, understanding the fuel consumption of hybrid cars is essential for making informed decisions about your vehicle choice. On average, hybrid cars can achieve fuel efficiency ranging from 50 to 60 miles per gallon, significantly reducing your fuel costs and environmental impact compared to traditional gasoline vehicles. As technology continues to advance, these figures are likely to improve even further. Whether you're considering a hybrid for its eco-friendliness or its cost-effectiveness, it's clear that they offer a compelling alternative in today's automotive landscape. Thank you for watching, and we hope this information helps you in your journey towards a more sustainable driving experience.